Well, what was starting off as a very, very good day came to a halt, and I'll show you guys why. So, called my buddy to come over and give me a hand. Sorry, it's very hot today. It was gonna be more like I need somebody here with me so we can kind of double check everything, make sure everything is connected right, make sure, in case anything happens. You know, it's always better to have somebody here on the initial startup of anything. That second pair of eyes are the ones that are gonna see that thing that you didn't see. So, long story short, we put the key in. We put the keyed ignition wire set up for the AIRLIFT performance, the air management system, and also the retro sound stereo, which sneak peek sounds nice, but the AIRLIFT does not sound nice. Doesn't sound at all, which means it doesn't work. And I think I know why. So I'm gonna turn this around, and I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys of what I think I did, so you guys don't do it. So let's go down there and check it out. So let me show you what I mean. So we got our tester light. I had it hooked up here to this ground like that, and we were just going through everything, tapping stuff, checking everything, and we ended up touching where you at? It's our little jump wire, the wire that goes across and connects both of these two together. You can't find it right now on this harness. Everything's kind of crazy. Oh, here you go. This guy is supposed to get power from the other side, and I touched this thing with ground, and this compressor started coming on by itself, and nothing was connected. So that got me wondering, like, how can this side have power and this side doesn't have power? So we started looking through all this, like, everything looks good, now that we have this one connected, which I'm sure that was part of the problem. But then I started looking at our connections. So I had one connected here that went up to this guy here, which is a fuse, and it's got, power goes through the fuse, and the other side is a ground. So that's good. We have that on the ground on that side. And then I started looking at the other wire that I had connected, which is this wire here. That was also connected in there, in our power. And the other side was our ground. And then the other side, which is this side, was connected to our compressors. Now, see if you guys are following me. So then I remember yesterday or the day before, I cut these wires because they were extremely, extremely long, if you guys can remember. And then as I was going through this harness, tearing it apart, looking for broken wires, I ran across this right here. I don't know if you can't tell, but basically it says the harness has been checked, blah blah blah, has been tested. So then I started thinking, like, what are we looking at as far as this right here? I started looking through my diagram again, and here's the compressors, right? So our compressors are hooked up right away to our relay, and it has this little thing on there. So then I started going through my harness, and what I had hooked up to the battery is actually supposed to be hooked up to the compressors. If you can see that. Now that I see this the way I'm supposed to be looking at it, I was putting power into the system, but on the wrong side. So this side up here, I actually had connected to the compressors, and I had this side connected to the battery, which was flipping this thing around, which was in turn giving me power signal to the wrong side. So now I'm kind of redoing it, but that's how you learn. That's how you get better. I've never ran this system before, and I just learned something new. You know, I think it would have been a good idea to kind of color coat this stuff, or you know, maybe put red and white wire, and then a solid red wire over here, maybe. But this is how I ended up figuring out, was the long piece that I cut off, I still had on the side of the house, or you know, right here in my pile of parts. And I was looking at it, and I was like, you know what? Well, I cut all that length off because it went to the battery. So then I checked the colors on the wires that I cut that were supposed to go to the wires, and they were solid red and black. Solid red and black. Which is this guy's solid red and black. These go to the battery. And I have these go to the compressor. Because this obviously looks like, you know, red goes to red, black goes to black. No, it does not. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. In this case, it does not. So, for all you guys that are planning on running this system, red and white wire and black go to the compressor. Solid red and black go to the battery. Now, I'm just assuming that is the problem, but I think it is, and I think it's worth mentioning, because I think tomorrow, once we get our other elbow and connect this guy right here, you can't see, but we're missing one connector here. This is the one that goes from the tank to the manifold, and we are going to be able to cycle the key and finally get some air into this system. So that's it for this. This is more of a oops, boo-boo, don't do what I did. And I'm going to stop this now. I'm going to finish this wiring and try to relume some of this stuff. I do have some stuff that I can fix this with. You know, this is just expose the wires. That's all that happened here. And we'll put everything back up where it was. And if it works, tomorrow will be part 2 of today's video, and I'll put them together and I'll tell you, yep, it worked, or nope, we still don't have power. So that's it for today. It's getting dark. Catch you guys on the flip side. Okay, since you guys are already here, then I will show you guys that I redid wiring. Tomorrow I'll put the little holders and stuff and put everything kind of nice and tucked how it was. But now I'll show you red and white to a compressor, solid red to the battery, and then put the grounds where the grounds go, and hook this guy back up right there. Checked all the fuses. Fuses are good. The other fuses in here. And you know, I couldn't wait. I called my son to give me a hand And I snuck in there and turned the key. And let me show you guys what we're working with. It's getting dark, but it ain't that dark. We still make it happen. Boom. Power. We got power, guys. We got power. And we're cycling through. This is when you got to start setting up the whole controller, but we're not sitting on the floor, so and we're not connected to the tank now that I remember, but we got power. So, and I know they're probably gonna ban this, but stay tuned, guys. We are getting closer to slam this on the floor. Now I'll see you guys on the flip side.